Also, even though a lot of my work, some people will see it as like very deep, I think that a lot of it feels deep, but I spend a lot of time just doing stuff like this. Super relaxed.
Yeah.
Not extreme pressure.
It's super necessary and like really relieving.
Now I'm going to give that little... And then after this, I'm going to quickly go up into her bicep, tricep, a little bit of that brachialis, just so I can work on that again and show that to you guys. Tons of options. If I start to break down any given area of the body and I go prone, supine, side lying, seated, it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
It's too much. Like, we don't even work in seated very often.
No.
And it's like there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do from that position, but the person doesn't really get to relax because they're seated.
Sitting up,
yeah. Super slug, snail's pace, right up. Gonna change my position a little bit. How's that?
Good.
There we go. Right up the forearm. Low and slow. I don't have any issues with my hands and arms, but inevitably somebody will work on me and then you'll find dense, tense, tight spots. A little bit of movement restriction.
Woo, there's the party.
Tender, huh?
So good though.
Yeah, just tender where I'm pressing. Yeah.
This feels really like dense.
Just gonna slowly back off there. We talked about like bicep and tricep. I can just roll her arm up, kind of.
My elbow just
pressed on the bicep right there, right on the deltoid, right to sink into there, right at the front, primarily anterior deltoid. Then what I really want to do is I want to get into the bicep and the tricep. And I want to get into the brachialis very specifically, because I think this is part of what she's having an issue with. And from here, I like doing this rock, like I'm grabbing just above the elbow and sort of just rocking this lower portion of the elbow down through the hand, just rocking that open. It's really getting that to move. It's not a huge amount of pressure. It's just rocking this open. It's encouraging movement all across those joints. I use a lot of rocking in my practice because I think it's lazy, super effective. Remember I said, make it maximally effective for the client and easy for you? Yeah. Happy little trees.
I think rocking is relaxing.
Is it too much where my heel is pressing there? Okay. So I kind of tested that to be sure that she was going to be able to receive this, because I was applying a little bit of pressure, but she wasn't having any strong response. What I want to be able to do is I want to stack. I can have my leg out, and I want to have, not on my knee would like destabilize my kneecap right there, but on my thigh can take a lot of pressure. What I'm going to try to do is see if I can come in and stack at this top portion of my thigh and see if I can start to roll open. Or I don't know if you're about to sneeze or you're running away. How's that along the elbow?
Muy bien.
Muy bien. Yes. Now in Spanish.
I like the finger. I like the finger pressure below the elbow.
Se habla español. Now I've also got this, and I can overwhelm, right? But I've been doing this a long time. I want to come in and I want to see if I can stack, because I want to get into right here. Okay, and this is where I feel like I'm getting into the brachialis. I'm starting to get into, I'm above the elbow, okay? You can see that here. I'm above the elbow, but I'm starting to get into the bicep. Now, I'm pinning the tricep on the opposite side. Is that too much?
No.
Are you dying?
Yeah.
She's dead. So here's the other thing. If I got an athlete, I got somebody who's in pain, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin her. Now I'm going to let her do the work. So without giving me the finger. Happy little accidents. Now, still very relaxed. Not a huge amount of work on my part, just hanging out. But if you stack body weight just right, oh, dude, listen, it's a little muscle. You could totally overwhelm that. Little muscle, right? You don't even need a huge amount of force when you stack body weight properly. She's doing the work for me. I'm just sort of like delivering the compression to the bicep, the tricep, and likely the brachialis. And you see her kind of running. Sometimes I want to run away. I want to get away from the pain inside. So usually what I do is I tell them, listen, move your arm around as long as you don't slap me. Is that too much? No. Now, she did that actively. Now I'm going to do a little bit for her passively. What do you think right there? If I go up a little bit?
Yeah.
How's the rotation? Up like this?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. There we go. And what I love about this is you're getting motion. Muscles cause movement, and we're using movement to access those muscles. Origin to insertion. Beginning to end. Wait. Wait. Oh. Doing all right there?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to rock my thigh here. So I'm leaving everything else solid, but I'm on the back side with my thigh, just rocking right here. How does that feel?
This is very good.
Very good? Very good? Not too much?
Negative.
There we go. Now, what if I continue this rocking? I'm a drummer.
Oh.
I'm Neil Peart. Not really. Not as good as Neil. Too much?
No.
Or just tender?
Just tender.
Just tender. And to give her some air there just for a second, you could see like almost a little bit of like red spot there from where I was pressing. Now, she knows what's going on. I was getting ready. She's almost going to use my leg like it's a foam roll. She puts her arm back down and she immediately reaches it over a little bit because she wants me a little bit over here, right?
Uh-huh.
Right there?
Uh-huh.
What do you think? Just a little further in?
Yeah.
Right there? Now, this is above my kneecap, okay? I don't want you to destabilize your kneecap. You need those. But I'm tricking her into massaging my rectus femoris, my quad. Oh, yes. It's like a big rolling pin. I'm going to grab here, the forearm. How's that?
Intense.
Intense. Ooh. So I'm using all of this to push her down and into my thigh right here. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh.
Make right there.
Yeah.
Just like before, a little rotation. Dead.
I mean, I'm very, very much alive. So alive. Not falling asleep today.
Still receiving sensation?
Lots of sensation.
And do you want to try some of it active yourself? There you go.
Why not?
Because with the athletes, people with injuries, you can get them right to their edge, but they're comfortably bringing themselves there. Just enough. It's like a good yoga pose. Like you stretch and you go, ooh, ooh, right, ooh, ooh. Spread the fingers. Oh, oh, right. Ah, right there. With an assist. That's what it's like.
That's very nice.
Then, gonna go back to where we started.
Okay.
Just a little arm. You see that little red mark right there? You see that little redness in her bicep right there? It's just from that pressure. Gonna traction again. And you'll notice I'm not grabbing at the wrist and just yanking, by the way. These are little bitty joints. You can almost feel the wrist start to separate if you do that. So I have a tendency to grab above and below. And that way I can get a good traction to the elbow, good traction across the shoulder. It's even getting a little bit of like levator scap and this trapezius stuff just by lengthening there first. Then I'm going to traction out across the fingers again. There you go. How was that?
Feels good.
Good, good. So we'll give you guys just a minute. We know that you got to change partners. Give you just a second for like a bathroom break or get a sip of water or whatever you need. Usually the receiver kind of has to wake back up. This is probably the most alert Kristen has ever been we've ever recorded. What are you on, like 3 espressos?
Yeah, 3 coffee drinks.
So we'll be back in just a second. Go ahead and again, bathroom break, grab some water. We'll be right back with you.